Good day everyone, my name is Genia Stuart and welcome to my video presentation on the future possibilities of multimedia and digital media in the Bahamas, where I will be explaining the provision of educational experiences and opportunities in the Bahamas using virtual reality, holographic teaching, augmented reality, and drones in education. I will also be explaining the uses of opacity, transparency, translucency, CMYK, and RGB models within multimedia. So I hope you all enjoy and learn something new. Opacity. Opacity describes how opaque an object is. While it is not specific to computer terminology, the term is often used in computer graphics software. For example, many programs include an opacity setting that allows you to adjust the transparency of an image. Transparency. The term transparency is used in various ways by different people, but at its simplest, there is full transparency. Example, something that is completely invisible. Only part of a graphic should be fully transparent or there would be nothing to see. More complex is partial transparency or translucency, where the effect is achieved that a graphic is partially transparent in the same way as colored glass. Translucency. More complex is partial transparency or translucency, where the effect is achieved that a graphic is partially transparent in the same way as colored glass. Since ultimately a printed page or computer or television screen can only be one color at a point, partial transparency is always stimulated at some level by mixing colors. There are many different ways to mix colors, so in some cases, transparency is ambiguous. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. If you are showing an image on any type of screen such as a TV, computer, or monitor or phone, you should make sure your image is RGB. RGB typically has more vibrant colors and is able to display more colors than CMYK. Pixels on a screen are one of those three colors. Light is projected through the pixels, blending the colors on the eye's retina to create the desired colors. CMYK stands for cayenne, magenta, yellow, and black. Certain RGB models that you can see on your monitor simply cannot be replicated with standard CMYK inks. CMYK is also known as a subtractive model. Basically, a printer uses ink to absorb some wavelengths of light and not others. The color that will display depends on which parts of the visible spectrum are not absorbed and therefore remain visible. Virtual reality. Virtual reality is the use of computer technology used to create a stimulated environment. Unlike traditional user interfaces, virtual reality is a user inside an experience. Instead of viewing the screen in front of them, users are immersed in an interactive 3D environment. Virtual reality technology immerses the audiences or users into the virtual world generated by a computer. I feel that virtual reality can be beneficial to those within the educational system in the Bahamas because it creates such a stimulated environment that becomes more interactive and hands-on and is a better learning experience, especially for older and more mature students as well as those who are dealing with specific types of learning experience such as nursing, where a stimulated environment would be best. Stop it. Holography. In the field of education, the holograph is very important. The reason is that students can actually view the concepts that are being taught and visualize them during class. This will help them to clarify the concepts in a better manner and will enhance the student ways of learning. When the concepts are showcased in front of the students by bare eyes, they can easily understand concepts very easily. You just need to strike the right balance of coaching to make things happen for your students. So I believe holography can be beneficial to students because in certain instances, persons are unable to be in a physical classroom, whereas people have to be homeschooled or in maybe different scenarios. So I believe that holography can be beneficial to those in the Bahamas, where students who are homeschooled and unable to make it to a physical classroom will have the benefits of a stimulated environment where holographic teaching can be presented to students. So augmented reality. Augmented reality is an interactive experience of a real world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, including visual, auditory, hepatic, and olfactory senses. I feel as though augmented reality could be beneficial to people in education who deal with situations or services that include different aspects of our senses. For instance, cooking, that has to deal with the olfactory nerves and smelling and visual, as well as auditory uses. Okay. Well, drones in education, we are all familiar with drones. It's a new type of camera technology used by people in the military, different people who provide video services, police, of all different types of person, even everyday individuals use drones. Drones in education in the Bahamas could become a new type of class within schools where persons learn how to use drones, which could provide jobs in the future for different individuals who could make money off of this service, because so many people are now using drones for different reasons. So I believe that drone education could be impactful in providing jobs for students and providing a new educational enhancement within the school systems. I want to thank you all for paying close attention to my video on the future possibilities of multimedia and digital media for the Bahamas, brought to you by myself, Genia Stuart, and a few of my other colleagues. I hope that you guys learned something new today and that the provision of educational experience and opportunities in the Bahamas will someday be enhanced with these multimedia experiences in the near future. Thank you.